Okay, this is my last one where I'm going to let you sit. From now on, I'm going to make you start. Stop. You're not supposed to be moving that arm. So I did want to ask you something. I know that I don't know if your viewers know that you're military, that you're a Marine, and then followed that service with some Army National Guard time where you were deployed several times. But anyway, in those days, I know that during your service, your life, you spent many years doing that, and so your life went through different phases. And the phases where you were at the darkest, um, where, how did you see God pull you through those times, or where do you feel like you lost your grip on God and your strength to hold on to Him? Was it an event? Was it just being away from Christians, church? Like, what if you had to say, this is the thing that pulled me away and I just spiraled and completely lost hold and fell? What would you say that was?
That's easy. Women pulled me away.
Gotcha.
Um, it's just the way it is. I was never good at anything really. I was good at being a soldier, and then I kind of developed into a womanizer. I hate to say I was good at that, but I guess in a worldly sense I was. Um, and then being a three-time divorcee, and just didn't want to live anymore. I didn't. I I still believe if I committed suicide, God would punish me. I'm afraid would go to hell, and I'm not going to go into a theological debate on that whether I would or not. But I was scared enough to not do that because I know no matter how bad it is here, hell is worse. So, but one of my favorite verses is John, I think it's 15:13, where it says, when Jesus is talking to his disciples, one like that last night before he was arrested and killed, and he said, "Greater love hath no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends." And I always thought that was a pretty cool, it's true. That's a true statement. You don't have to think about that statement to know that was true. So I thought, okay, I don't want to live miserable. I don't want to kill myself. I've got certain skill sets that the military likes, so I volunteered for the next mission to Afghanistan, which was actually ended up being my last deployment, really combat deployment. I mean, I don't count these little schools and stuff that some people do. That's not a deployment. Um, but I went over there and I thought, okay, I'll die like this, and a couple of people. Actually, off the top of my head, I can only think of one that knew my goal. I think maybe there might have been one more. It's been a long time ago, but we did another video earlier talking about praying moms. Uh, my praying grandmother, God was there, and He was like, "Nope, I know this is what you want, but this isn't what's going to happen." Through a lot of stuff going on around me, I literally had a hedge of protection around me, and it aggravated me because I'm an infantry Marine. I don't shy away from a gunfight, and every Marine that I've ever known, especially infantry Marine, they hear the sound of gunfire and they're literally assaulting through it. That's just how we're trained, and it's how we are. I think most Marines go in there like me because I was a little nothing. My cousins and brothers and all, they were all bigger, stronger, faster, smarter, better in every way. So a guy like me always wants to prove myself. And I talked to a kid at church Sunday about. I said, I'm not going to try to talk you out of it, but the Marines are pretty tough. And he's like, well, that's why I want to go, because they're the toughest. I was like, okay, you sound like me when I was 18, 19, 17, whatever. But he was there. I'm not going to go into specifics, but there was one time where I literally got not mad at God, but I was like, Lord, please, there's action in front of me, and then it stops, and then there's action behind me. I'm like, what am I doing here? I've got all these skills and I can help and blah blah blah. But there was literally a hedge of protection. I had to try to get out of that hedge of protection to get into any kind of action, any kind of combat action. So that was kind of. I look back now and it's funny. I can see. I know for beyond a shadow of a doubt what it was. And the spirit told me it was Granny, my grandma. She was praying.
Hedge of protection.
Oh yeah, I mean there was nothing that could get
And
through.
her faith, it
So
was
I
greater than yours.
well, yeah,
Not greater than your faith, but greater than your
her prayer language and her
yes.
praying was. She's been such a prayer warrior for such a long time, and yeah, it was amazing to me. And I look back now and I think, wow, I was basically invincible.
Yeah.
Now I came away with some bumps and bruises, but nothing. You know, I think,
Nothing to speak of.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I got some issues going on, but that's just me living like I was trying to suck things up and not go to
Sick call.
yeah.
Like, you didn't want to go home for sure. So if you go tell us something wrong, then you got something on your record and like, oh, you might not be well enough.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.